How do I know if my memories are fake? Like, this is an awesome question for a brain trainer as we delve into understanding memory. So we know that you want to be happy. We know that you want to create a life of your dreams, right? And so many of us feel like we're on autopilot and we understand the brain chemistry and the subconscious mind, the things going on in the back of your mind, because we're brain trainers. We're Rita and Tammy, and we bring you videos to help answer your questions and help you get in the flow with your brain, work with your brain the way your brain is meant to work. Isn't that right, Rita?
It is. It is. Yes, it is. Yeah. How do we know? How do we know if our memories are fake? Especially childhood memories. That's always like, especially, when once I've rewritten them and released the emotions, I notice, I go, did that really happen? Because we're updating them. So memory. So let's tell people what a memory is. So a memory is, you have to have a couple things that tell you your memory is real. So one of the proofs, right? One is you have to have proof of that. That's a belief. What is a memory?
A memory is just the way that it's played out in your brain. So it's a visual representation, an auditory representation, of kinesthetic representation, a knowing. It's anything that your body represented and then brings it up as a spark in your brain and recollects it through visual process, auditory, kinesthetic, taste, smell, or that knowing sensation.
That's right. So a memory is not just a visual. Some people think that it's only a visual. It's actually that pain on your neck. That is a memory. It comes with information. It comes with a code of action. So, and then that code of action creates a behavior. It creates it could create a what?
Sensation.
A sensation, yes. It creates that memory. It could be deteriorating too, because of the type of emotions it comes with.
Right.
That's so why fascinating. That's why sick people get sicker, because it's a memory. And what happens with the memory that a memory muscle that's not used, it atrophies, right? It wears down. And so we have active memories. There's actually a whole scientifical, format of, dormant memories, explicit memories. There's like a whole thing. But as brain trainers, we know that you can change them.
Exactly. And so, it's funny because we love learning about the brain and how the memories are represented and show up and create a whole perspective and create our life because of what we're looking for, what gives us comfort, what gives us that same program or sensation. And I was reading something Mark Twain said, which was so funny. He said, the older I get, the more clearly I remember things that never happened. And I had to tell you about a fake memory. So I was told the story as a little kid. I was told the story about how first of all, I thought I did it. I thought that I lowered the lamp on this little pig. This story, right? I lowered the lamp on this little pig and it got too hot. Okay. And I totally thought I did that. My whole life, when I ever thought of that story, I remembered lowering the lamp. As an adult, I was dealing with this memory and I went and talked to my dad and said, I can't believe how much power that memory had over me. And he said, you didn't do that. I don't even know how you knew about it. You must have heard me tell someone. Oh. So here's how powerful our memories are, even if they aren't real, even if they're all fake. If you don't have one real memory in your head, it is real to you. It is true to you, right? I believed I killed this little pig. I believed I was responsible for every animal's death in the world. And I was becoming increasingly oversensitive, hyper vigilant to the point where my own body was breaking down, all because
Yes.
I remembered something that never happened.
Yes. That is so, so true. And I actually got to experience some of Tammy's overvigilance. We were driving. Yeah. Well, we were driving with your husband and your daughter, and there's some calves that escaped, maybe calves.
Oh, sure.
And Tammy became this whole different person.
Wow. I remember I was like, oh, we need to stop and tell them. And Max is like, ask someone else will. And I was like, somebody else might hit. Okay, so what did I just do? Like someone else might hit them. And I'm creating a whole story that never happened based on a memory, right? Like, have I ever hit an animal or seen a dead animal on the road? Yes. So now I know how to create those images and sensations. And
so it sends that response to your body. So now your body goes to it, goes in action. And I think, you can memorize an emotion.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right. So, we're doing an anger management class right now, and anger has been memorized. Your body is a memory, right? So you see that picture, you see that image, and you just go there. So what do we like to do to be able to break that pattern? How do you break that pattern?
To interrupt it. And this is something that, I was really thinking, I was talking to somebody who does a lot of overthinking and, and I just was like, and I was talking to my husband this morning, I said, man, I forgot, how hard it was to be in peace, like to just have inner peace. When someone told me to find a happy memory, my first time, I was like, I don't have any happy memories.
Oh, I cried.
I have no happy memories. What are you talking about? And I forget how foreign that feels now to me. But he was like, so how much would you say you're in inner peace? And I'm like, 85% probably. And he's like, and how much were you 5 years ago? And I'm like, I mean, I couldn't find a happy memory. I must have been like 2%. I had no idea how to create this. And so what we're talking about is how we create an inner circumstance from our memories, and then how our current sensations go to pick those memories that match with it. So how do we like to change it is to interrupt that pattern. And when I was an overthinker, I thought, I need to think about this more. I have to figure it out. I got to fix it. If I think, if I plan, if I did it, and you become hyper vigilant and stressed. If anyone's stressed, I can feel you. And so then this is always running. And I was talking to a friend, and I remember her saying, so how often does your brain just run? And I'm like, when doesn't it? Like, isn't that normal? And she seemed really concerned. And I remember thinking, why would you be concerned about like that? Like, that's normal. How you can't control it. What else can I do? It's always happening. So then I learned interrupt it and drive my brain to that happy memory. And a happy memory can be looking at a sunset. Simple as that. It can be the smell of lilacs. It can be walking barefoot on grass. Like, it doesn't have to be this happiness. At first, we just start with those little things to help it grow, and it can grow and grow. And that's what we do.
Yeah. And we know, and see, if you know now today that memories are not accurate and they're not permanent. Like, how many times have you wanted to learn something? That's when you learn how to drive, that's new memory. When you learn, a foreign language, that's a new memory. So you can change your memories. You can update them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, we can go on. Do you want to keep going on?
Well, I mean, we want to share the stop technique, which is a great way to start interrupting it. But I just want to give everybody and empower you to know that the more you fixate on something isn't the fix, isn't the cure, right? If you want to feel peaceful, then you interrupt that I need, and then you go find peaceful memories to practice. So
Yeah.
it
So
really can
good.
grab onto what you practice grows.
Good point. Good point. So if you have a memory that you were, you know, I was going to say, you know, we have, you guys, we had stuff that has happened early in our childhood. You know, we've had those inappropriate early childhood education, you know. So when you repeat that and you repeat that and you remember that memory and you talk about that memory, and that's the first conversation you have, you are creating, you know, those nerves that fire together, wire together, you are creating those patterns bigger and bigger and bigger. So there's also this thing is how to fuck up a good memory. You got to be careful with that. So Tammy's telling you to go to a good memory, or go to a sunset. But something's going to happen that's going to pop in there. And that's what we say, how to make more fake memories.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, our mind is so imaginative that it'll start to run. And if the imagination's good, then fine, let it go, you know. But if it's like me, where I start thinking like, oh, then this bad thing could happen or that bad thing could happen, then capture, like, go, oh, hold on a second. And sometimes we don't even notice it right away. Like, especially if I'm really super tired or I woke up in the middle of the night and then I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I letting this, you know, this thought run away? And I have to bring myself back to present. And we like to tap to do that. And that's what the stop technique helps us with, and bring myself back to present and then say, oh, direct your brain and be in control of telling it what it's telling the brain where I am, imagining where I am in a peaceful place so that my body can believe my brain. All right. And and when you were talking about those childhood memories, like that's where the limiting belief came from, right? Inappropriate.
And your beliefs. Yep. Yeah. Your beliefs, your identities, your protocols, how you function in the world. That's how you learn to be in the world. That's how you pick your people to relate, familiarity to you know, to you, yeah. You know, I like what, when our Robert Gene Smith, our instructor, when he talks about, you know, we belong to groups. We start belonging to groups. We get a tattoo that says I'm whatever. And so we make a whole lifestyle based on that memory. Yeah. We look everything through that memory. And so that belief it's very limiting. So now you cannot enjoy your life because this bad thing happened. And we know that the brain likes for you to be on top of that. But it's no longer happening, and it's hurting you more now than it's actually keeping you alive.
Right. And this is where we say everything inside of you is you at this point. Whatever happened in your childhood is you. And now it's your opportunity to imagine it completely different and set the child in you free. Like, that sounds so cliche, but to be who you were created to, like, to be the child, not the person that had this experience define them, right? Then you can take off that definition and that association to I was an abused child, or I was you know, neglected, or whatever it was. I was left, I was a foster kid, you know, that definition of you isn't you. So those experiences define you when you believe them as true. Change that belief, update the memory, the belief will change. Yes. Right? Yep. It's the stop technique to deal with today in the present, and change the memories if you know how to. And if not, you can work with us. You can follow us on YouTube and follow Robert Smith on YouTube and learn more about how to do that for yourself.
And you're already doing it naturally. That's how we know how you fuck up a good memory.
That's why you had no good memories. When we say, like, what's a happy memory? And both of us were like, we don't have any. Yes, we did. We didn't. Our brain wasn't able to find them or focus on them because of our current emotional state.
Yeah. There's that safety block. So
Yes.
you know, they talk about peeling the layers of the onion, and that's kind of what happens. The more you peel off all this, all these fakeness, everything that's fake, your emotions are fake, your reactions are fake. They're not even real. They're a perceived thought. It's a perceived threat that you have as a thought that is not even true. It's like literally not happening. So yeah.
Yeah. So the answer is, how do you know if your memories are real? You don't, but they are real to you. And what that means is your body, your spirit, your heart, your brain believes it, and you will react from that belief until.
And that's how you know they're real.
Yeah.
Because you believe it.
Yeah.
That's how you know they're fake, because you believe it.
Exactly. Or because you don't believe it. How do you know they're
fake?
No.
How do you know they're real? Because you believe it. You have a belief, you have proof, you have sensations, you have evidence. Yeah. How do you know it's fake? It's because you have proof. You have a belief
that it didn't happen. Yeah. So how do you know you weren't loved? You have proof. And that's just not what we want to leave you in.
Right. So
every baby deserves all the love. They're perfectly worthy. They're born with $1 trillion equipment. They can see, they can hear, they can taste, and they deserve all the love. And anything else, we want to leave that as false, right?
Yeah. Not even part of your makeup. It's not even part of the way you live your life. You live your life as that creature of creation and
curiosity,
calm, right. Confidence, courage. Like that's who you really are as a human being. But we learned behaviors through our past experiences. And look, we survived. We made it through. We're here. So let's take complete ownership for what we're doing, and let's play in the creation. Right. Create new memories that support like your bigness, your bigness, right? Not your smallness, that support you, like that big stuff that you're up to, that you want to create, like peace, love, compassion, like ultimate forgiveness. We work with ultimate forgiveness because that really, really helps you make complete peace with everything that happened and everything that didn't happen and everything that you thought did happen. Right?
Yes. And when you have that complete peace and that forgiveness, you get to go make a huge difference in the world. And we know that's what you're up to, right? We know you want to make an impact, you want to make a difference, and you want to leave a legacy. You want to be something more than the grumpy
Debbie Downer
and the grumpy old lady and the crabby old man. But if you're on that pattern, if you think, I'll just complain a little bit and I'll just grump and I'll just be irritable a little bit, that grows. Okay. If you think, I'm going to love a little bit and that grows. I'm going to be happy and grateful. That grows. And that will define you. Will define your life by your actions.
Yeah. And I know that I feel like sometimes it feels this is like pie in the sky. Like, really do the stop technique. Look, it's very doable. We've done it. Your physiology, that stress in your body by that thought, that memory will change. It will change. Your brain is plastic. Your brain, you can update that. It is so real. If you come to one of our live events, you will see it. You will get to experience it.
Guess what? You can imagine all kinds of things. Think of the last thing you worried about if you don't believe me. You made a big imaginative story tale about something awful. Well, what if you could do that about something wonderful?
That is so true, Tammy. It is so true. Yeah, go back there. Go back to the last time you were worrying about something and it didn't even happen. So it's like, are you complaining or is that a badge of honor? Because sometimes it's like a badge of honor to complain and worry and be concerned. So, maybe your checkpoint could be like, okay, am I complaining or am I, creating a badge of honor with this perceived threat, not even true thought?
Either way, if it doesn't leave you in peace, in love, and in joy, you use the stop technique and
every time,
get your mind thinking
every time
something good. Yeah.
Every time, guys, get 10 times more excited about it, change it, flip it, switch it, and just make it nice.
Imagine it wonderful. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
I love being with you guys.
Like, subscribe, and share. And, we are here to bring you value, and share this with your friends when you have it. Click notifications.